Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time for a fact that makes your brain go. And we're talking about you're pumping gas wrong, and we're going to help you have that money at the pump go much longer with 4 facts. And Kenzie guessed you're doing it wrong by just putting in like $4 and then moving on. There must be something wrong with that, except for the embarrassment of, yeah, I'll take 4 on pump 7, please. Thank you. And then Case thinks it's you're supposed to spit on that thing to get it lubed up before you put the nozzle into your car hole.
It's not my favorite guess I've ever had.
Car hole?
A car hole is gnarly, by the way. That is gross. Everybody from now on, when you fill up your car, you have to refer to your gas tank as your car hole.
I don't know if I can go on for saying that.
That is gnarly.
So when you put that thing in your car, I couldn't think of what else to call it.
You know, gas tank.
The fuel tank, the gas tank.
Car hole.
It's your car hole.
Oh.
So spit on that thing before you put it in your car hole. Oh, man. Both those are wrong, by the way, but this is a hard guess, but this is going to make some people really angry. So first off, a lot of people are filling up right now. That's good. Or you can fill up at night, but you cannot fill up when the sun comes up at all because gas expands when it's warm. So you get a little less for your money if you fill up when it's warm outside as opposed to when it's cold outside. So you should go fill up when it's cold out, like right now or later. And Kenzie, you fill up sometimes in the morning, don't you? But if you're low.
Oh, God, it's just the worst. Whenever you think that you can fill up in the morning, you're wrong. You can't. You're never going to wake up early enough to do that.
That's when you should do it, when it's cold and you're exhausted or whatever. You just got to have time to do it. That's the time. Or like later at night, just don't do it when the sun's up, when it's warmer out. Next, this is the one that's going to piss off everybody, but it will save you money at the pump, especially me because I fill up at Costco. So the lines there can be pretty long. But it's worth it because sometimes it's like 50 cents cheaper a gallon at Costco. So put the nozzle clip on the lowest setting, meaning the slowest setting to fill up the tank, because the faster you pump, the more gas turns into vapor, and then you have to pay more to get more gas to actually fill up your tank. So you should fill up on the slowest setting. That is annoying. You understand what I'm saying? Case has a confused look on his face.
I don't get it. Why would it matter the speed it fills it up?
Because when gas is pouring in faster, it vaporizes.
Okay.
And then you have to pay more to fill the tank.
I just feel like it would vaporize at like the speed of light, not at the speed of the nozzle.
That third clip, man. Speed of light.
So fast.
Yep.
So when the nozzle is in the car hole, you're not supposed to squeeze the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, you don't fill up gas often, but you know how it's got 3 clips.
I do it for my girlfriend. She gets cold and she has me do it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what? She drives your ass everywhere. You should.
I know.
So when you put it on that slowest setting, you're going to get more for your money. More gas will actually go in quicker than when you do it faster, it vaporizes.
That makes sense. I buy that.
Yeah. But, man, I can't imagine at Costco, people get angry in that line if you're like 7, 8 cars back and someone's just going, da-da-da-da-da, filling their tank. No, fill the tank.
The worst.
Oh.
The worst is when you're at that Costco line and someone's slow, but then they get in their car and they don't move for several minutes. So, they're like sending a effing text message or putting lip gloss on or something. You're like, come on, just swerve out. It's in a parking lot, so just scoot out and park your car and do that.
Kenzie, a couple days ago, you guys almost never saw me again because somebody, after they filled the car and pulled out of the car hole, they pulled the nozzle. The woman went in and started unloading garbage in her back seat.
Oh, don't if there's no line and you want to do stuff, but you see that Costco line and you just take advantage and you hang out. And like, have you ever seen somebody take the windshield thing, but they go like ham with it, like they're doing their hood and the rest of their windows on the top, but they're just doing a car wash?
Now, I will say that was me when we were driving back. You weren't in the car, obviously, because you were at your Marino's birthday party, but we filled up out in Elgin before we headed back.
Oh, my God.
And Kenzie, I did that with Case and his girlfriend in the car, but there was no one waiting for the pump, so I just took my time and I washed my whole car.
No problem. Do what you want.
No, Kenzie.
Do what you want.
Problem.
Why?
Brian made Mackenzie and I, my girlfriend, He made us sit at this Speedway in Elgin for 90 minutes. He did every small task you could do at a gas station before leaving. We were at the gas station longer than we were at the party, and we were at the party for a long time.
I went back in to buy lottery tickets at one point.
Lottery tickets, but she's like, it's cash only. I got to get cash. I got to go to the ATM, and then oh my God, can we go home?
Yeah, that's what you get for a free ride.
Yeah,
it's my car. I do what I want.
You paid.
I did it. Punishment fits the crime. I'm trying to get a free ride from my friend.
I'm telling you, when this woman started unloading the garbage of her second seat after she already pumped, I started walking past the other cars for a second, and I literally had to check myself for a minute and go.
Because you almost beat a woman? No, in the pump.
I thought I could flip over the car myself to move her car so other cars could go through. I had that Hulk moment for a minute. I would never punch a lady. I was just going to say, "Excuse me, miss. How about taking
I'm going to kill you." Pardon me. You're going to die.
Prepared to die. There's a couple more tips for getting the most for your money at the gas pump. Don't wait till your tank is empty. The same thing with evaporation issues. You should have the gas a little bit full when you fill it up. So go do that when you add gas in there in the car hole. And
See,
also,
I treat it like a phone. You know how they say let your phone die every once in a while? It makes it like push further. That's what I think of with my car. Like, learn how to do this.
so you kind of like you're almost rolling into the gas station on
Yes.
fumes. Go, come on, please, can I make it? That's a fun game to play. It's a fun game.
So stressful because I wouldn't feel good at pushing my car.
No, you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't. Somebody would come and push it for you. They're those the kind of people, the good people out there.
I'm sure a lot of people would help me. This is my life story.
I mean, somebody would be yelling at him for some reason. Why are we going faster? You guys really can't push, can you? God, you guys are weak. Ugh, terrible. Men are terrible. And finally, don't gas up when the tanker truck is there. That's one final lesson, because when the tanker truck goes there and puts their big hose on it, it kind of can push debris through it, and you might get debris in your gas tank. So that's a rare one, but don't do that either. There's the facts.
Okay.
There's the facts when putting the nozzle in your car hole to fill up. Get the most for your money. Coming up here in just 6 minutes, we have Sam from Chevelle, who was on the show yesterday. If you missed it, he told an incredible story about him and Keanu Reeves. That's right, the drummer from Chevelle. Wait till you hear this story. It's coming up in 6 minutes.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Klash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q 101.
Here we go. Very highly sought after. The Q101 free pop-up with Coheed and Cambria. That's amazing at the Cubby Bear 1 week from tonight. This guarantees your entry. Sponsored by our great friends, the Cubby Bear, Boost Mobile, Modelo. We'll all be on site. It's going to be a blast. And that's a band that, with the power of those guitars, I can't imagine what it's going to sound like in the Cubby Bear with Coheed. It's going to be wild, loud.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah. So we have Carol checking in from Romeoville, I believe. Competing. Carol, ahoy. Tell us something about yourself.
Hey, Brian.
Yes?
Oh!
Okay. Thank you. Good day, ma'am.
Quick 13-second introduction. Here we go. I am known as the Chinese balloon summer dress caller who decided to tell everybody that wearing a summer dress looks like a Chinese falling weather balloon. I haven't been to a concert in 26 years.
What?
Yeah, that's the truth. And this year I am turning 50. So
Okay.
what better way to try? First of all, I love Kenzie. We love each other. We're good. We were texting the other day.
Love you, girl.
Were you texting on her private number?
Yeah, absolutely. She was at my house.
I'd be trying to swindle her for those Black Keys tickets because I love Gary Clark Jr.
Yes,
That's
I do
my
too.
birthday, so I'm hoping somebody wants to do a GoFundMe and get me those tickets too.
Good Lord, girl. All right, here's the thing.
There's a
Slow
lot
down.
of campaigning right now.
First, let's compete for the Coheed and Cambria, and we do have the Black Keys at 8 o'clock in Ticket Puts Thursday. So if you don't win right now, the Black Keys, your best chances at 8 and 9 and every hour today on Ticket Puts Thursday. But let's go for this. And love you, Carol. Thank you so much for your support for all the years. And here we go. Call heads or tails, Carol.
We're going heads.
It is heads. All right,
Yeah,
Carol.
baby.
So-
Oh, by the way, Brian,
Yes?
today's a big day for you and me. It is Sweet 16 Day. It is Go Blue, Go Michigan Day.
Let's rock.
I
I'm
just
fired
love her.
Yeah. Maybe we should just end it right now. Well, okay. Let's do the competition. Let's do trivia. Here we go.
I
Carol-
parked the car, so I'm not
Good.
going crazy.
Did you see she's not crazy?
She's not crazy.
You know who says they're not crazy? Crazy people.
And that's fine, Carol, because I say that all the time.
And we know the truth on that one.
Yep.
All right, Carol, here we go.
Can't see it.
Focus, Carol. Focus on the trivia. Here we go. Question number 1. What religious group's headquarters are in the Vatican?
The Roman Catholics?
The Catholics is right. I don't know if your radio's, but turn on your radio, please, Carol. I hear a little back stuff there. You do that while I ask Kenzie her question. Kenzie, what animal species were depicted as evil characters in The Wizard of Oz?
The monkeys?
The monkeys are right. I brought her up just in time for her to do that. I turned her down
Oh my God.
so she could adjust her phone.
That's what makes you the best in the market, Brian.
Oh, good
Job
Lord.
Well done.
So it's back to
Back
Carol.
to Carol, yes.
Carol, what is the only continent in the world without native reptiles and snakes? The only continent that doesn't have those.
Antarctica?
Antarctica is right. Good job, Carol.
Thanks.
Bang.
Bada bing.
Pow.
She has her own soundboard. It's her mouth.
Kenzie, Jennifer Aniston starred alongside which actor in the soul-crushing 2008 movie Marley and Me?
Oh, it was Crooked Nose. What's his name?
Crooked Nose. Can't go with that.
It was Owen Wilson.
Oh, good. Just before the buzzer.
Sorry.
He does have a crooked nose.
know.
So 2-2. And it's back to Carol.
Yes.
Carol, what mobile network operating company has naming rights to the White Sox Stadium? And they had this for 2003 to 2016. So they no longer have the rights to the stadium. But what was White Sox Stadium called from this mobile network operating company? Their name.
Well, I know there wasn't a South Station called Comiskey, because that's what I still call that park.
So what was it after that? 2003 to 2016. Then it changed to the rate, what it is now.
I have two answers, and one of them I don't think was a cell phone company for a while.
We'll only do the cell phone company one.
No, they have two cell phone companies in my brain that I want to say. It's either one, and I can't say one or the other, because then Kenzie will know if she doesn't already know the answer.
I know the answer, so don't worry.
She's sitting there with she's got her fist on her cheek, sitting there waiting for one of the answers.
Was it Cellular One?
Ah. So, Kenzie, what was it?
U.S. Cellular Field.
U.S. Cellular
Oh,
Field.
so close.
Yeah,
We're so close.
so
It's still
close.
Comiskey Park. I'm sorry.
As you
Amen,
should.
girl.
As you should. Let's see here. Back to Kenzie.
Back to Kenzie. She's ahead 3-2.
Kenzie, what day of the week is Chick-fil-A closed?
Sunday.
Sunday is right. You got kind of a layup there, Carol. So you've got to get one here to stay in the game. Carol.
Help me out here, Brian.
Okay.
Hey, Brad guy.
2 plus 2 is. Oh, let's do a different one. What fruit do raisins come from?
Wait, say that one more time.
What fruit do raisins come from?
They're grapes.
They are grapes. Carol's got 3, but bad news. Kenzie can win with this one.
Thank you, Brian. I always feel supported.
Kenzie, what is the temperature at which dew forms called? There's a name for it.
Dew form?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Yeah, what is the temperature at which dew forms called?
I don't know if this has to do with the temperature. I know there's a dew point.
It is the dew point.
Okay.
It actually is. Carol, I'm so sorry.
You're going to make me cry in front of Dunkin' Donuts before I get my iced pistachio coffee on Sweet 16 Day, Bri?
Okay,
I'm crushed.
first off,
I'm
we're just
crushed.
giving her the
Wait,
tickets
no,
because
I'm
that
not
line
crushed.
is the most quotable thing I've ever heard in my life.
Which line? The one about sitting in front of
You're
Dunkin'
gonna
Donuts
make me cry before I go into Dunkin' to get my pistachio. That's my favorite ever.
It's also sad if you're inside Dunkin' Donuts and someone's crying. You're like, well, what are they
No,
going?
not
What are they?
inside.
What are they going through?
No
Do
kidding.
you guys remember like that skit that was making fun of the Real Housewives and like you're gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday party? Do you remember that gift? Because that's what that sounded like. It's so funny.
So you're giving her the tickets anyway, Kenzie?
I just give her the tickets.
You guys.
It's her birthday present from us.
Well, birthday, I haven't been to a concert in 26 years. Boy, Coheed and Cambria guaranteed entry will be the one to be at because that's going to be insane. You're guaranteed there. We want to have a drink with you, Carol, so you are in.
I am so thankful. I'd scream aloud, but I know it vibrates it from inside the car. I was so ready to come out the parking lot and do my little dance if I beat Kenzie, even though I'd feel really bad if I beat you because, girl, we vibe, girl.
I know. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry for vibing with her?
I'm sorry. No, for beating her. She's vibing and vibrations and all sorts of stuff.
Carol, congratulations. Hang on. Kate's going to get your info, okay?
Thanks. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Well, it was tremendous.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 Lincoln Park. Remember, Lauren, in her Women in Rock series, has an interview with Emily Armstrong. One of the only interviews with her, by the way, really exclusive on our YouTube channel. It's awesome. It is incredible. So go check it out there. Of course, it's on our socials. A link is there as well. But our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe because all that content is right there in long form of a great interview. Plus, we have world premiere music from Lincoln Park tomorrow at 10. So be here for that as well. A lot going on with Lincoln Park besides the show coming up in August at the Madhouse. Switching gears to another band, AJR, 312-591-8300. You want tickets to AJR? We got caller 10. You've got them. AJR in Tinley Park coming up in July. Thank God they made a show in July. August is stacked.
Thank goodness.
So AJR, caller 10 right now gets those tickets from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, in life, you're with somebody.
This was unnecessary.
Set the stage here a little bit. You always want to do something special for your significant other, I think. I do. I think Case does. I think Kenzie does. We always want to do something special, and we hope our significant others want to do something special for us. And a lot of times you plan something, you really try hard, and it falls through for whatever reason. My question is, are you obligated, once you've tried hard, to do a make good on something that falls through? Kenzie led us here with a story of what happened last night in her household. I think things got loud. If you were over in Elgin, you might have heard this. Might have heard some windows rattling.
You may have heard.
You know how when you drive by a car with a subwoofer on and you just go, wow, that's loud. You might have been driving in Kenzie's neighborhood last night and it might have got loud over this issue.
Yes. Can I proceed with the story?
Yes, you can.
Okay, are you done with your preamble?
That was my setup on a platter for you right there.
Beautiful. So my last birthday was not a great birthday. It was just a very stressful day at the time. Marino was just a few months old and he was super colicky and screaming the whole day. And it just was not a good day. And then my family doesn't live here, so Justin's family came over. But I just sat upstairs with the baby the whole time because he was so upset while everybody was downstairs and eating. It was just not a good day, okay?
And that birthday was about when?
No.
Okay.
I'm not playing this game with you. You figure it out. Nobody helped them with my birthday.
Okay,
Anyway.
July 4th.
Thank you,
No.
July
Last
4th.
year.
That's
Yeah,
right.
obviously.
Celebrate America and Kenzie.
Yes, those are the two things. It's the big two. So that happened, so it's not good. But my husband did get me a really good gift, and my whole life, one of and I'm sorry, but my Latina queen, the one person I really, really want to see in concert is Shakira. She's amazing. She speaks 7 languages. She plays 18 instruments. She's just incredible, okay?
You don't apologize for that. You want to see Shakira.
I love Shakira, but that's Latin culture, deep rooted. That's my girl, okay?
You're okay. It's fine. You want her to see her.
Yes. So he got me tickets because really when she was popping and touring, I was too young. And then she really took a break, had a family, raised those kids. But, pero she goes through that divorce. Okay. Now she's back out here. So now it says he knows how bad I want to see her. So he got me tickets to Shakira, which was, even though my birthday was far away from this, because I'm not going to give you a hint.
Damn it.
The show was going to be in December. So I was like, I got to wait a while. But this is awesome. It's going to be so fun. And the show was on a Saturday. It was early December on a Saturday. So a few months later, at the end of summer, the show gets canceled because she rebooks for a stadium tour. I go, okay, no problem. We'll just go to the stadium. I guess I'm going to have to go to Soldier Field, which I hate, but I'll do it, okay? No, she's not coming to Chicago because she's doing a music festival. It sucks. So she will not be doing her stadium tour here. I don't want to go see her at a music festival because I want to see her actual, full-blown touring performance, okay? So I just don't get a show anymore. There's no tickets. There's no rebook. I don't have it. And I thought to myself, okay, that's kind of a bummer because that was my one and only. It's the only thing I got for my birthday, and rightfully so because it's expensive. So we get all the money back for the tickets, and I'm like, well, maybe my husband will because it was a Saturday, maybe we'll just like go out to dinner that night. Like just something simple. Like, oh, you know, we should have been out, but like, let's just get a babysitter locally and go to a restaurant. That day comes and goes and never happens. And I was like, I'm going to sit back. Maybe he'll make it up to me. Like Valentine's Day will be like a little bigger. We'll go out. We'll do like something extra special. Valentine's Day was not a very big deal, apparently. Okay, so now
Goodbye.
we're getting closer to my next birthday, and I gave him this whole time. And he starts talking about my next birthday, and I go, well, I really hope it's good. And he goes, why? And I go, because I didn't get jack-ish for my last birthday because you never did anything. And he goes, well, I did do something. I got you tickets.
He shouldn't have said anything there.
Yeah.
Because that led you, just like I did on the setup on a platter.
Yeah.
He led you on a platter for a rant that was going to shake the windows in the house.
Well, I was going to say she's getting loud right now.
She's already getting louder.
Because like to not even acknowledge, like I was like, I haven't said anything. I've given you a huge opportunity. I never said anything. And by the way, I make birthdays a very big deal. Everybody in this house, my 2 boys, my husband always has a huge birthday. We basically didn't do anything. I just got tickets. And then that show gets canceled and you never did anything. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, maybe he'll give me like a really great birthday this upcoming year. I don't know. It would just be nice if your husband cared about you since you do everything for the household and they always feel cared about, right? So he's like,
I'm really curious if the listeners can hear your head going back and forth.
Do we want to unpack that for a second?
But wait. So I'm like a little bit, I'm like, let me not even like slip into Spanish. Let me just calm down.
But
okay,
you already got there's an accent that's coming in, by the way, right now as you're talking.
Sorry, I'm just getting a little upset. But anyway.
Scaring me. I'm nervous.
But I was like, well, you didn't do anything. And he's like, well, I did. I got you tickets. I go to a show that got canceled. And it would be different if it got canceled last minute. So it's like, oh my God, like by surprise. I go, you knew it was canceled like in September, a few months after my birthday. And you had a long time to do something like just something, not as big as that. I get it. Like, it's not your fault. I wasn't mad that the show got canceled. I wasn't mad at him. But he just never did anything. He goes, well, why should I have to do something? I already bought you a nice gift. And I go, we didn't. We got the money back. I was just like, I lost it. You didn't buy me anything. We got the money back.
Oh,
it
you were
never
clapping?
happened.
Oh, Jesus.
Like,
God.
I would never, if somebody's birthday thing got canceled, and it's like, okay, like, obviously they shouldn't be mad at me, but I would totally at least do something cutesy to be like, I'm sorry, like, here's like a little, just something like a goodwill offering. I was I'm like, the fact that he doesn't think he should have sent me, it sent me.
Can I read some texts?
Yes.
Okay, first off, Kenzie is sounding more and more like Rosie Perez from White Men Can't Jump as the story goes on. Also, let's see. I love how Kenzie is going to be more and more Latina as the story goes on. Laura checked in with that one.
I like the text from Chris that just says, she's mad.
Yeah. Also, I like this one from 331. Sounds like Kenzie should communicate better with her partner about her emotional needs.
Something to
Does
consider.
it sound like he didn't hear me?
I think he was worried about his physical safety, not his emotional safety at that time. And also a random text early in the story, what's a make good? A make good is when you buy tickets for Shakira, the show gets canceled, and there's no other tour announced, and maybe you just go to a nice dinner, which I think would have been acceptable to Kenzie, I think. I don't want to get her mad at me, but I'm just saying, that would have been okay, a really nice dinner, or no? Kenzie.
Yeah, I would have been totally fine if we just went out for dinner the night we were supposed to go to the concert. I understand it's hard to meet up. Like, you can't match the concert that I wanted to go to my whole life. It's not your fault. It's fine. But, like, it would have been a nice nod. Like, something.
Felipe just checked in. That Latina blood is boiling.
847 said Kenzie's husband is going to disappear and she's going to talk about it on Kenzie's Crimes.
Also got a text from Megan. Case, run. Brian, you have to run the board so you can't leave. Can't leave the room. I'm glad people know how things work here.
That's awesome.
Case can just run, though, but I can't.
God, Kenzie, when she dips into that accent, it is terrifying.
Calvin just checked it. Calvin just texted it and said, I'm getting scared just hearing this story in my car.
Kenzie, this is why your husband couldn't help you. He's scared of you.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm 5'2".
Ty checked in and said, I didn't know Kenzie was Latina, but I know now.
Oh, no. I'm terrified of what's going to happen to him.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
I guess, let me ask you, Kenzie. Okay, so is dinner what you wanted? What did you want out of this? Because he didn't cancel Shakira.
I know we didn't cancel Shakira.
Are you
but
sure?
I'm not mad. When that got canceled, I'm like, oh, that sucks. I did not yell at him. I did not. That's not his fault. I understand.
Okay.
But how do you
might have yelled at him.
How do you know that the only thing that you got somebody and the only thing someone got for their birthday, and it's your wife who takes care of everything, how do you see that and you're not like, let me at least like take her out. Let me at least like just do something nice. Something as a replacement, because at this point, all you did is buy tickets. You didn't plan this whole evening or anything, so you bought tickets. The money came back. Just do something else nice.
Can I ask a follow-up question without getting mad at me?
Fine.
Too late.
Bad start. So she's coming and playing Sueños Music Festival in Chicago, right?
Right.
Yeah, Baby Daddy Dave just checked in from Aurora to
I
remind
know
us
she's
of that.
doing Sueños. I know.
But you don't want a festival environment.
Yeah, that's not good enough?
I don't want to go to. First off, he didn't offer. Okay, but second off, I really want to see her actual like stadium tour because the music festivals are always different, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's always a shorter set. It's just not gonna be the same. There's gonna be a bunch of drunk teenagers there. I just don't want to deal with it.
Drunk teenagers.
Yes.
That's part of the
That
fun
don't even
concert
know.
experience.
They don't even know what she meant to my childhood. I just need an immersive experience. I don't want other people. Like I don't want a bunch of other artists there. Like I just want to see her.
Something tells me you would tell the drunk teenagers what she means to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Hey,
like,
you
guys
miss
don't
about
get
5
it.
songs
You
yelling at
don't
a
get it.
drunk kid from Schaumburg who just wanted to get down there and meet somebody. Also, more text coming in. Gina said, early takeaway from the show. You can only get your point across when you use the Latina accent.
It's true.
It's true.
Sometimes men don't get it until you get fired up. They're like, well.
Yeah. But do you think he gets it now after this whole conversation? I mean, now is the make good even worth it because you had to go through that emotional expenditure to explain to him that you were
now
upset.
it's like forced. So if I were him, I would just do a really great birthday next year, like when it's my birthday.
But I've been in the situation when this happens, and I feel like, well, if I do it now, it's not sincere, so it better just be for the next event. It shouldn't be
Right,
for...
but that's what I'm saying. So like maybe my birthday doesn't suck. You know what I'm saying? The next one, huh?
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 773 just said he should take Kenzie to another Latino concert. But that won't do it because you want Shakira, right?
You should.
But again, anything would have been like I'm just saying a nice peace offering. It would have just been nice.
I wish I had this drop ready to go. 708 checked in and said, all I can picture is Peter Griffin saying, I just want to talk to him as he loads the shotgun.
I can give you that drop. I can work on that.
All right, well, what do you think on this situation? Do you do make goods? Is Kenzie right? Or is her husband right because he tried? He didn't cancel Shakira on his own. 312-591-8300. Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
If you missed the Ticket Blitz keyword for the Black Keys and Gary Clark Jr., we'll give that to you again in just about 6 minutes. And then a new keyword coming up at 9. So you got to stay here for 20 minutes because we'll give you the current one and then the new one. You can enter every hour until we tell you to stop that you've won all day today with Lauren, Brian Phillips, and us through the rest of the show. So stay here for that in just about 6 minutes. Now, Kenzie just told a story about the Shakira concert getting canceled, which sounds like, okay, well, her husband bought those tickets for her birthday. The show got canceled and not redone except for in festival form at the Sueños Festival in Grant Park this summer. Not this weekend.
Not this weekend.
Opening day baseball this weekend. White Sox, not this weekend.
It's easy to confuse Sueños and opening day.
And all she wanted was maybe a nice dinner instead, but she didn't get that because he tried. He really tried hard to do something nice, and when he got canceled, he didn't do a make good on it, and that's what's got her upset, of course. Now, a lot of texts coming in on this one, and a lot of people checking in enjoyed that, I guess, a building rant from Kenzie. As she turned more and more Latina throughout the storytelling.
I got scared. I was terrified.
Case left the room. I can't leave. I got to run everything in here. What do you got on the text line, Case?
Well, 708 checked in. They were the ones that said, all I can picture is Peter Griffin saying, I just want to talk to him as he loads a shotgun. And we now have that drop. This is what Kenzie sounds like talking to her husband.
I just want to talk to him.
Why do you have a shotgun?
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
It is not his
I
fault.
just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him.
Can't shoot him.
That's a permanent drop on the show from now on.
That's going to get into the arsenal.
Yeah, that's there. Also, Smitty checked in. Kenzie, son of a bitch. She's in it for the money, not the birthday thought.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
Oh, there you go. Kenzie, is this going to be resolved anyway in like 10 or 20 seconds here? Can you let me know if you've heard from him during this story at all?
haven't heard from him during this story. What do you mean?
He didn't text you?
No.
He does not listen to the show. Kenzie has established that.
Yeah.
What are the DraftKings odds that he's home when you get home today? Like when you leave the show here and go home.
Well, I hope so, because he doesn't take the baby places.
What are the odds that the baby's alone on the couch?
Higher than him taking the baby.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.